Have you ever looked back at the relationship and you wonder, what was I thinking? Maybe you knew the relationship was not healthy. Maybe the red flags were obvious. Maybe your friends warned you, or maybe your family saw it as well. Maybe deep down you saw it too. Yet somehow you stayed. Or maybe you left and you kept going back, and you left and you come back. If that's your story, I want you to know something. Staying in a toxic relationship does not mean you are weak. It doesn't mean you are foolish, okay? And doesn't mean you are incapable of making good decision. In fact, many intelligent, successful, kind, beautiful women find themselves trapped in a relationship. They know how they are hurting or hurting them. Today, we are going to talk about why we stay in this relationship, because when you understand why you stayed, you can finally begin to heal. And before we finish, I'm going to share the one truth that changed everything for me. The reason toxic relationships are rare about love and often about something much deeper. Let's just start. Let's begin. The first reason why smart women stay in a toxic relationship is hope. Hope is beautiful, ladies. Hope is powerful, and hope helps us survive difficult season, right? But in toxic relationship, hope can how should I say? Hope can become a prison. You don't stay because of who the person is. You stay because of who you believe they could become. You remember the sweet version of them, for example, right? The version that pursue you, the version that made promises to you, the version that seemed loving you, giving you all attention and care about you, that version. And every time they hurt you, you tell yourself that version will come back. You begin loving potential more than reality, just to be honest. You stop evaluating the relationship based on what is happening today, and you start evaluating it based on what may happen tomorrow. The problem is that relationships are built on reality and not on potential. You cannot build a future with someone's promises while ignoring their patterns. And as I said before, patterns tell the truth. Promises often tells us what we want to hear. Okay, I hope you understand what I try to say. The second reason why smart women stay is because in a toxic relationship is because they don't usually start toxic. If toxic people introduce themselves, honestly, nobody will stay. Imagine someone saying on the first day to you, "Hello, I'm going to manipulate you, disrespect your boundary, damage your heart, confidence, and make you questioning yourself." Nobody will stand for that, right? Nobody. Toxic relationships often begin with charm, with attention, with caring, with the love, and with all this sweet stuff. You feel seen, you feel chosen, and definitely you feel special. Then slowly things begin to change. They begin to change. A critical comment here, a controlling behavior there, and little jealousy here, and little jealousy there, and little manipulation start. And because the changes happen gradually, you adapt. You actually adapt. You normalize things you once say you will never ever tolerate it. What shocked you in the beginnings become ordinary over time. Yeah? And before you realize it, you have accepted a version of love that is hurting you. The third reason is something called a trauma bond. Third reason why smart women staying. Bond. This is one of the most misunderstood dynamic in toxic relationship. A trauma bond. Trauma bond forms when periods of pain are mixed together with periods of affections. The person hurts you, okay? Person hurts you, and then they comfort you, then break your heart, and then what's happened? Then they apologize. Do you understand, yeah? They create the wounds, and then what's happened? Then they become the bondages. They like become the bondage, all of that. This creates a powerful emotional attachment. You became addicted to the relief that followed the pain. The relationship feels intense, but intensity is not always like intimacy. There is house. House is not connection, and emotional addiction is not love, right? And many women think they are struggling to let go because the love is so strong. But often they are struggling because the trauma bond is strong. That is the difference, ladies. There is big difference. The fourth reason is fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of starting over. Or fear of wasting another years. Fear that nobody else will love you. Fear that this is the best you will ever get. Toxic relationships thrive in fear. And because fear convinces you that a painful relationship is safer than an anchored future. But I want you to hear this carefully. Being alone and being lonely are not same thing. It's completely two different things, and many women are deeply lonely while lying next to someone every night. Loneliness is not always the absence of people, right? Sometimes it's in the absence of the genuine love, respect, and connections. The fifth reason smart women stay is because of wounds that exist before the relationship. This is where healing gets uncomfortable, because sometimes the relationship didn't create the wounds, it reveals it. Not create, but it reveals it. If, for example, if you're struggling with rejection or neglect or low self-worth, toxic relationships often know exactly where to attach themselves. The relationship becomes connected to an old wounds. You are not just fighting for the relationship now, you are fighting for validation. You are fighting for acceptance. You are fighting for the love you never received. And that's why healing requires more than ending the relationship. It's really require much more. It requires addressing the wounds underneath it. Because if the wounds remains, another unhealthy relationship may find its way into the same broken place. I hope you understand that. You understand what I try to say, because this is why healing is so important. The goal is not just to leave the person, the goal is to become whole. You need healing. Now let's talk about one of the biggest lies toxic relationships teach women. The lie is this: if I love them enough, they will change. Many women spend years trying to save someone who refused to save themselves. They become like therapists for them. Therapists, or how would you call it, fixers, or whatever, cares, and doesn't matter how, but like kind of therapists. They carry emotional responsibility that were never there to carry. But hear me now carefully, please, ladies. Hear me now carefully. Love can inspire change. Okay, it can inspire change. Love cannot force change. People change when they decide to change. Okay, you can force them. Not when you suffer enough. You will not force them or change them. Not when you sacrifice enough. Not when you prove your worth enough. But the real change begins when personal responsibility starts. Not your execution, or not your tears, not your endless second chances, but another signs you have been enough in toxic relationship cycle that you have started losing yourself. You start just losing yourself. You stop speaking up, you stop settling, you stop setting boundaries, or you stop just pursuing your goals, You stop caring about yourself. You stop recognizing the woman. You stop recognizing the woman you used to be. Your confidence shrink, your joy just disappear, and your peace become rare. And eventually you realize you have spent so much energy trying to keep the relationship alive that you forget how to care for yourself. And healthy love does not require you to abandon yourself. Healthy love helps you become more of who God created you to be, not less. Did you hear me? Not less. Now, I want to speak to the woman who feel like shamed, the woman asking herself, why did I stay so long? I was one of them. Please understand this. Healing begins when condemnation ends. Okay? You cannot shame yourself into become healthy. You can't. You can't hate yourself into become whole. Or also you stayed because you were human, right? You stayed because you hoped, or maybe you stayed because you laughed. You stayed maybe because, what else? You were just caring. You were just caring ones you didn't fully understand. So give some grace to you. But now you know more. And when you know better, you can begin making different choices, okay? So please, don't be so hard on yourself. In Psalm 147 tells us that God heals the broken heart and binds up their wounds. Notice something important here. God doesn't shame the broken heart. God doesn't shame the broken heart, but He heals them. He does not reject the wounded. He restores them. Did you hear me? He restores them. He doesn't condemn the hurting. He comforts them. Did you hear me? He comforts them. And that means your story is not over. And your pain is not your identity. Your mistakes are not your identity. Your past relationships are not your identity. And God still has healing for you, ladies. God still has healing for you. He still has peace for you. God still has purpose for you, for your life, for your future. And one day the relationship that almost destroyed you will become part of the testimony that helped rebuild you. So if you are in a toxic relationship today, please ask yourself this question. Am I in love with reality, or am I in love with potential? Am I staying because of who they are, or because of who I hope they become? The answer to that question may change completely your life. And remember this, ladies. Remember this. The goal is not just to find the right person, okay? The goal is to become a healed and whole woman. Because what's happened, healed and whole women make different decisions. Completely different decisions. Healed women recognize red flags sooner, and healed women set healthy boundaries, which is absolutely okay. And healthy women stop settling for less than God's best. Did you hear me? And healed women understand that walking away from what is hurting them is not weakness. Sometimes it is the beginning of freedom. If this is just beginning of your freedom. And I'm really hoping this message spoke to you. And if so, if this message spoke to your heart and you learned something, remember you are not alone. Your healing matters, and your journey towards becoming whole and can start even today. Ladies, I hope this message blessed you. And if so, I thank you so much for your time, for your trust. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, and God bless you, and see you in another video. Bye.